Welcome back to WIS News Primetime. Every student has a different way to learn that best benefits them. When instructors determine the most effective way to teach their students, that's when potential can skyrocket. Keeping the improvement of student achievement at the forefront, Richland School District 1 introduced a new certification into one of their schools to help students take responsibility for their learning. And here to tell us more is Hopkins Elementary Principal Audrey Garner and Literacy Specialist Lusungu Sabani Simwenji. Thank you both so much for being here today. We appreciate it. So first off, just tell us about this certification. What is it?
We are so excited. There are 3 types of certification. The certification that we receive is the top one for visible learning. It just is a testament to our students and our teachers and our community and their hard work to making learning visible for our students. And so when we think about this award, it speaks to how learning has shifted from just what teachers are doing to what students are doing and what impact we have on student achievement. And so when I think about John Hattie is a researcher, a guru in education. He provides us with information about what works well for providing instruction for students. And so when we look at that body of research, we're able to provide what works best for children. And so that award gives us the information to know that we are doing it well and students are growing at Hopkins Elementary.
Absolutely. And you are a literacy specialist, and so you're working obviously with students as well. Kind of what's been your perspective with the improvement that they have done, just overall getting to work and be with them hands-on?
Well, with visible learning, it focuses on making sure the students understand what they're learning, right? As a reader today, when I'm reading my books, I am learning that characters' feelings change, right? And I know I've learned it when as I'm reading, I noticed the character in the beginning, he was sad because he lost his puppy, for example, and now towards the beginning of the story, he's starting to feel better, and then at the end, he's excited. Well, why is he excited? Because he's found his puppy, you know. And so reading it calls on the students to do a lot of things. You have to read the text, you have to understand, you have to look at the nuances, you have to look at the pictures. And so when students understand, boys and girls, this is what you're learning today. They say, today I am learning that the characters change as the story progresses, right? And so at the end of the text, they're able to say, I learned it. I saw the characters are changing. And so it really changes the game. It doesn't matter the level that you are. It matters that whatever text you're reading, at the end, you're able to say, I learned it because I was able to share with you, for the example that I gave, that characters change feelings. And so it really empowers the students.
Absolutely.
Empowers the students that they can do it, they can grow, whatever the level they're on, they can get better, and they're able to see it.
Absolutely, because I think it's the difference between just reading something and then comprehending it and actually learning it, like you were saying. Now, you guys are the only school in South Carolina to receive this award, right? Talk to me a little bit about that and the significance it is.
It is amazing. We're super excited to be the first school in South Carolina. Our district introduced us to this work during my first year as principal at Hopkins Elementary. And as I said earlier, this body of research gave us the confidence to know exactly what it is that we needed to do to support students in their growth. And as Ms. Sabande shared, it allows students to take ownership of their learning. It allows students to know, this is what I'm learning. It just opens the door for that transparency between the teacher, the student, and even the parent. And so just being the first in South Carolina, I think there's other schools that are going to come, especially in Richland School District 1, because we've been introduced to this work. But it's exciting, and I think that it's wonderful to be celebrated in this way.
Absolutely, definitely very special. What does it mean to you to have this award as being a huge part of it?
It's about, everything is about student growth, right? And so we've understood that when the teacher grows in his or her abilities and understandings, then the students will be able to also grow. We can even back that up with visible learning, for example. Just understanding, sometimes as educators, there are things that we do that don't give the most bang for your buck, as you will, in the classroom. And so with this visible learning work, it's helped us understand that one of the parts of visible learning is, for example, tag feedback. The teacher being able to get feedback from the students, but the students also being able to give the teacher feedback. There are things like efficacy. The teacher understanding that the way that I feel towards the student internalizes that. And when the student knows that the teacher loves me, the teacher cares about me, they're gonna soar. And so visible learning, it's so many facets of really what makes teaching and learning visible to the teachers as well as the students. And so it's really neat to see how as we grow, the teachers grow, the students grow.
Absolutely.
And so this coming up year, we're still engaging in the visible learning work. We're getting even better, you know, because we want to see the progression from year to year to year. And so it's amazing, it's fascinating, it's fun. It's been a hard work.
Oh, yeah.
It's been hard work, it's been hard learning for us, but it's a really testament that we've both been in education for almost 20 years.
Right.
And then, you know, 2018 we started doing this new journey of visible learning, and so you never stop learning, even as educators.
Yeah.
We get better, and then therefore the students get better, and they're ultimately the reason why we're in this profession to begin with.
I love it. It sounds like just a very symbiotic relationship between the students and the teacher, and I think that's what makes everyone grow throughout. And I want to close with this. In July, you guys have, that's where are y'all presenting, or tell me a little bit about what's coming up?
We have the opportunity to present in San Diego, California. We're sharing the visible learning perspective from administrators, the literacy coach, as well as teachers, and even our students will share their story of how visible learning has transformed our culture at Hopkins Elementary. And so we'll be sharing that with several people. We have a 90-minute session. We're super excited about it. And so we've had the opportunity to present in the past, and it's always a packed house full of people ready to learn about how to help students to grow. And so we're super excited about that.
As you should be. It's incredible work you guys are doing, and thank you so much. Congratulations. And thanks so much for coming in here and sharing with us.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. All right, well, let's go ahead and get a check of our first alert weather.